So currently this is all we've done so far. We've started on the process of sheet metaling the whole bottom end. So we've completed the tunnel. I believe that's 16 gauge we're using for the center, and then we're going to use 20 gauge for the outside to basically cover inside the car from here over. So this way it's dual layer, because the part we cut out was dual layered, so we're just trying to replicate what the factory did. And then once that's done, we're just gonna, you know, trim it up a little bit and then start doing the floors. We're gonna probably join the floor to it, kind of like how we did back here. So we're probably gonna use something along those lines to make sure the floor is secure, because that's where you're gonna sit. So we want to make sure you don't fall through and have a spinning drive shafts, you know, somewhere up where it shouldn't be. But so far she's come together. So, like always, I have to thank my mentor. He's the one who's helping me with all of this, all these crazy welding, crazy projects. Gotta thank him for it, man, because if it wasn't for him, this will still be taking a few years, because my welding skills is nowhere near his.
So a little update, we decided to move around the way the diff is mounted again, so we can get the seat in without having to cut up the whole seat. So right now everything is in fairly secure. Just changed over how the top portion of the mount will be. But this is the final position. We just made some little adjustments to how the front of the diff would bolt in. So this way we could keep the seats in the factory location. So basically all the adjustments will be for just this wheel well section. So if you ever want to do the swap, you should be able to retain at least from this portion of the trunk back. So you can have your little space right here. But that area right there, if you use the S2000 subframe, will have to be cut. There's no way around it. It has to be cut. We're gonna mold it in and then make new floor panels. So we're gonna start working on it again since all the Christmas hype is over. You know, actually start getting some free time. So as you can see, the tunnel is done by where the passenger feet would be. We raised it and did the dual layer like we stated we would do in the first update last time. We made the low bracket cable, so the cable just bolts in and goes straight through, and here's the floor section. So we're just started on it. So right now everything is fine, it clears. We just gotta figure out how we're gonna actually do this section to just box everything up. The fuel cell is there, so the issue we're having is how I want to run the fuel lines. So we were gonna run them through this little opening right here, but I don't know if your camera will pick it up. There's that little piece where we can't go through, so that would have been perfectly fine, but we can't do that. So I might just run it over it and have it come down. Not much has happened. We all know it's cold, so we kind of took a slight break, but now we're gonna be getting back to it. As you can see, we started on the floors. We started making everything, you know, come up with ideas how everything's gonna be. So probably guys already saw this. This is the back. This is where the fuel cell is gonna be. And it's going to need to where we have already started on the tunnel. So there it is. As usual, very dark area. Working with a little heater. But there it is. The floor is installed. As you can see, everything is in. The diff is mounted. Drive shaft is straight down the middle, or at least as straight as we get it. And there's a floor plan. That's the view from underneath the car. Floor pans are all in. We're just gonna wait to finish up the section that covers at the top of the diff. And then we're just gonna seam seal everything, rubberize the bottom, and then we should be good. The tunnel is completed. The e-brake cables are also mounted and ran. Just gotta figure out how to either make new shorter cables or find a way to shorten these cables. And of course, work on these fuel lines to see where we're gonna do it. But here's the tunnel. Everything is in. nothing will be touching, and we should be fine. So hopefully by the next 2-3 weeks we should be rolling on its own power, everything closed. So that's what we're working towards.